Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's video. I am so excited to film this particular video. Yesterday I had two brand new foundations arrive at the same time right on my doorstep. I had a little light bulb pop up right above my head and gave me the idea that I should put these two head to head, kind of like a foundation face-off, if you will. So the two brand new foundations that I'm talking about are the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation and the Urban Decay Stay Naked 24-hour foundation that I have right here in front of me. I'm going to put one on one half of the face, one on the other, and we're going to put them head to head to see which one wears the best, gives me the best finish, and overall which one do I think is worth spending your coin on. Now they are very similar in price. The Dose of Colors is $36, whereas the Urban Decay comes in at $39. So this one is a few bucks more. You do get an ounce of product in each foundation. So I have two Wet n Wild beauty sponges that are brand new, fresh, and clean right in front of me so I can apply each of these to the skin. Now let's just kind of go over some claims of the product quickly first, and then we will jump into how these look. Let's start with the Urban Decay. This is a weightless liquid foundation that gives you up to 24 hours of wear. It says that this is flexible, breathable, and gives you a real skin matte finish. Medium buildable coverage, does not transfer, minimizes the appearance of pores. It has a stay true color, so it's supposed to not oxidize, I'm assuming. It is waterproof and a vegan formula, and it says specifically that it does not contain animal-derived ingredients or byproducts, so that is absolutely incredible. Let's just take a look at the first few ingredients on this product, and I don't think, yes, it is on the box. So we've got water, dimethicone, isododecane, alcohol denat or denatured alcohol, so those are the first few ingredients in that. And then if we look at the Dose of Colors, this one says it is vegan as well, cruelty-free, talc-free, paraben-free, oil-free, and fragrance-free. Though, I almost dropped it. Those are very important to me, actually, especially being paraben, oil, and fragrance-free. Now, there is no parabens in the Urban Decay formula either, but it just doesn't mention that there's no fragrance or anything. So there may be something like that in this. It also says that this has high pigment. It is a matte finish, buildable, lightweight, and long wear. So overall, they kind of have very similar claims. That's why I thought it would be kind of awesome to put them to the test, kind of make them butt heads, if you will, or put them in the ring together. That's what I'm trying to say. The first few ingredients on the Dose of Colors is water, cyclopentasiloxane. Wow, I can't believe I even said that. I'm hoping that I said it correct. Trimethylsiloxysilicate, butylene glycol. So what I'm liking about this is that I'm not really seeing any dimethicone in the first few ingredients. There definitely is dimethicone in this product, but it is not mentioned right away as it is in the Urban Decay. Let's just go ahead and preface. I feel like I might like the Dose of Colors product more, but we'll see. We'll be surprised. So both of these I picked up in a light medium shade. They look very similar to me. However, the Urban Decay one looks a little bit warmer, a little bit deeper. So I might be looking a little bit crazy at work, but nonetheless, let me go ahead and zoom you guys in and let's get some foundation on this skin. My allergies are so crazy today, you guys. Usually when I wake up in the morning, it is just nuts. So let's start off with the Dose of Colors. I love the packaging. It has a pump. This one is glass. It feels very heavy. I should mention the shade that I picked up. So I picked this one up in 115 light to medium. It says to shake it well, so we will do that. I do have a bit of a tan right now, so I don't know how well we're gonna do here. So here is the consistency of the product. So it is a little bit looser. As you see, we got a little bit of a drip going on here. I did do one pump, but obviously I don't think I'll use an entire pump on one side of my face. Maybe we will, who knows. I probably could have pulled off a medium shade at this point, but the reason that I didn't is because I want to be able to use these products when it is a little bit cooler out. When I don't have a tan, I typically don't. I live in the Midwest. Most of the time, I don't really have much color going on. So if this looks a little bit light and you're thinking, wow, that's way too light for you right now, well, that's why, because I purposely picked something that was more true to my natural skin tone. So this is blending out really easily, effortlessly. I'm not really having a lot of trouble blending wise. First impressions there, and there is quite a bit of pigment. So that is, I'd say, about a half a pump, and I'm actually pleased with the coverage that I am getting right now. I am gonna build it up just a little bit because it says it is buildable, so we're gonna do that. Typically, I would stop right here. This would be more than enough coverage for me. All right, dose of colors. Wow, this looks really beautiful. First impressions, blended out with ease. I don't see that the foundation is wanting to pull or grab onto anything. It is giving me a very natural skin finish, which is awesome. Wow, look at that, the coverage, you guys. That was insane. I feel like I got insane coverage off of just the first layer that I put on. So let's move on to the Urban Decay. So I got this one in the shade 40YW. It was actually easier for me to pick out a shade from the Dose of Colors website because I feel like they explained the shades a little bit more. I don't know if they've changed. I did order this early, a day before launch. They gave me the opportunity to do that, and it didn't really have a huge description, which is kind of strange because this product is advertised at being able to match your master tone, your undertone, all this crazy stuff. There are a ton of shades, so that kind of surprised me a bit. So there is the Urban Decay. Now, one pump gave me a little bit less product, very similar in texture. Okay, so actually getting this on the skin, this one might even be either the same or maybe even a little bit lighter than the Dose of Colors. You guys, look at this, that's strange. Fresh Beauty Blender. So this was actually one full pump that I just got onto the skin. So as you can tell, a little bit less product comes out of the bottle with the Urban Decay. So we'll kind of see how they match up. Even though, yes, this was one full pump with the Urban Decay product, it does put out a little bit less. Now, the reason why I chose to just go ahead and apply these both with a sponge is because both of these products actually launched with a sponge. It just made sense. I'm like, well, I like to use a sponge right now, so there you go. Now, this is kind of interesting because you can actually see the difference in coverage. So I feel like the Urban Decay one is more natural, I would say. Not natural, but more of a more sheer coverage off the jump. I definitely wouldn't say this is medium coverage off the jump because, as you can see, obviously this is full, but at least I consider this to be full coverage. But you can actually see the line of demarcation on my nose. So let's go ahead and build up the Urban Decay one just a bit more. This one has a little bit of a more serum-like texture as well. I do want to notate that. And obviously, you know, this might be one where you're going to get more coverage with a brush. Let me know if you've tried this foundation with both a brush and a sponge and what you prefer. All right, so that is another full pump of the Urban Decay. And then here we have, again, the Dose of Colors. So very, very first impressions, to be honest with you, I am liking more the Dose of Color side. I don't know what it is. There's just something about the way that this one looks on my skin as of right now versus the Urban Decay. Both actually look beautiful, but if I had to pick right now, I would definitely pick the Dose of Color side. So I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup. I'm going to use a little bit of concealer. I don't want to use a lot because I want the foundation to be most of what's on my face. So I might just do a little bit of concealing right here. Just pop on some light makeup and then I will be right back. And then again, we will do check-ins. All right, you guys, so I did a very simple makeup look. I don't really have anything on the eyes. I just put on some bronzer, some setting powder, some highlighter, and then a pop of color on the lips. These are the new ColourPop Just a Tint. This is in the shade Cherry Pickin'. I'm obsessed with these. But anyways, here's the look. So far right now, I think both sides of my face, now that everything has had a chance to set in, look absolutely beautiful. I am still a little bit privy as of right now to the Dose of Color side. I'm just kind of digging this finish a little bit more, but I do want to give it that wear time, obviously. So I'm gonna do work day check-ins with you guys. You guys really liked when I did the Juvia's Place foundation review that I kind of stepped outside and showed you this product or the products in different light. So I will do that as well. So I'll do some outside check-ins, inside, different lighting, stuff like that. Right now it is 7:22 a.m., which means I need to get my ass out the door. I'm going to be late. Yeah, here it is, you guys. I will be checking in with you guys in a few hours. I am going to try to give this a full 12 hours. So 7:22 a.m. Here we go. Let's see who holds up the best. All right, you guys, so check-in number 1. It is just after 11:30, so I've had this foundation or these foundations on for about 4 hours, and I have to say I am totally impressed with the way that they are holding up. They look really beautiful on the skin. Nothing has faded, separated, budged, nothing. I do have to say that I do prefer still, as of right now, the finish of the Dose of Color side. There's something that's a little bit more softer about this. The Urban Decay side actually looks beautiful too. There's just a little bit, there's something. The Dose of Colors has a little bit of something to it that makes it just look a little bit more airbrushed. So I like to do these updates now with you guys, especially with foundations in natural light and outside, so you can just kind of get an idea of how everything looks. I'm filming with my cell phone right now, so I'm about to eat some lunch. I will probably check in with you guys probably in another 4 hours or so. Again, I am going to try to wear this for a solid 12 hours. Here's more of an up close look. So again, Dose of Colors. And here we have the Urban Decay Stay Naked. Let me know so far what you guys think looks better. All right, you guys, so this is hour 10. I have had this foundation on for 10 solid hours. It is 5:25. I just got off of work. I have had a 10-hour day full of talking. Obviously, I ate lunch. I am actually with my friend Ashley right now. We're on our way to pick up some food for a potluck. I can't talk. A potluck that we're having at work tomorrow. Not that any of you give a shit about that, but anyways, back to the foundation. Oh my goodness, this is actually holding up pretty freaking well. I at this point can't really even tell a ton that I have two different foundations on. However, though, I will say, as I'm looking into the camera, this side is still, it's just not looking as good. I feel like the Dose of Color side just looks better. Ashley, what do you think?
I think that yeah, left side.
Yes, and everyone at work has been telling me that too. I've told them I had 2 different foundations on, as I mentioned before, and yes, everyone thinks that this side looks better. So 10 hours, we have 2 more hours to go, so the next time I will be checking in with you guys will probably be in my beauty room. But yes, this is where things are right now, and I'm just shocked that this has held up as well as it has. It's very matte, a little bit shiny on the forehead, but everywhere else, we're looking pretty good. All right, I'll see you guys in 2 more hours. All right, you guys, so I am back. It is just about 7:30, which means I have had these foundations on for a solid 12 hours. I think this is the longest wear test as far as a foundation goes on my channel. I think so. I think it is. I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of things to say about these 2 products. So let me talk about the plus with both of them. First off, overall, they are extremely long wearing. It was by no means a very cool day outside. It was warm here, well above 80 degrees. Obviously, I do work indoors, but it gets pretty humid here in the Midwest, and no matter what, that humidity just seems to penetrate everywhere. While today wasn't the most humid day on the planet, I do still have to say that this foundation, or these foundations, held up beautifully. Now let me go in and talking about each one individually. So on this side, we have the Urban Decay Stay Naked. This is a 24-hour foundation. I do see a little bit of breaking up right here on my nose, around my nose area, kind of right in here, mostly kind of right around my mouth, which is pretty typical. And I always say, if you've ever watched any of my foundation reviews before, this area I almost don't even really count, because no matter what foundation I wear, this is where it's going to fade the quickest. But I will say it has a very little amount of fade compared to most of my other foundations. So I can say that that is a plus. We have a thumbs up there. If we talk about the Dose of Color side as far as fading, it's a little bit more minimal. I feel like it's a little bit less. So this one does win in that category. As far as overall finish, as I mentioned in the check-in before this one, I asked some of the girls at work which side they thought looked better. And all I told them was just 2 different foundations applied the exact same way on either side of my face, and it was pretty much unanimous. Everybody picked the Dose of Color side, and I think I know why. I get just a little bit more pigmentation from the Dose of Color. So when they advertise this on the packaging saying that this is high pigment, they are not kidding. And I could even tell when I was applying this foundation and blending it out, it was just instantly gave me like this airbrushed kind of like flawless finish. My pores look blurred and my skin just looks soft. Now, talking back about the Urban Decay side finish wise, I still think that this gives me a beautiful finish. It just doesn't quite give me that more velvety matte. This one is definitely more of a natural skin finish. I get a little bit more of a natural look from the Urban Decay side. Now I do have to give it to Dose of Colors because foundations that are usually high pigment and fall in that matte category, we typically don't get along very well. But this time, I have to say, I am a huge fan of this. Will I love either of these products when it gets to be drier? I don't know. That's tough to say. Usually in the winter, I usually steer clear of matte foundations. I did use a more hydrating primer underneath. I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but I used the can't ever talk, as per usual, the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I have been loving this product as of recently, and I do feel like, you might not be able to tell in the camera, I do have a little bit of shine here on the forehead, which is not bad. It doesn't look oily or anything. It just looks a little bit more luminous, but I feel like the Urban Decay side had a little bit more of a radiance as I wore it throughout the day. So if you are someone who likes more of a medium, buildable, light coverage, and when I say light, meaning it's not heavy, it just gives you like that natural skin look, I think that you will like the Urban Decay product. If you are someone who wants just a little bit more coverage, a little bit more pigmentation, you're trying to conceal a bit more, you've got some issues with pores maybe or texture, I think that you will absolutely love the Dose of Colors foundation. Let's see, I have to pick a winner. I can't help it, you guys. In this battle, I have to give it to Dose of Colors. I am so impressed with this foundation. They created something that was matte, high coverage, that didn't make my skin look dry, wasn't clinging to any dry spots, and I got that extreme pigmentation and that coverage from it. So you guys, if I have to pick, I hate to say it. No, I don't really hate to say it. You know what? Good for Dose of Colors. This is their first complexion product, I believe, and they killed it. They nailed it. I love the frosted glass packaging. I love the pump. I love the name of it. Just all in all, it is a beautiful foundation. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are, what you think. Have you tried either of these? Are you actually glad that I put them head to head and now it kind of helped you decide? Were you kind of having trouble deciding which one you wanted to choose? Give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to share it. And of course, be sure to subscribe to my channel before you go. I love you guys so stinking much. You are the absolute best, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye, guys.